Alright, YouTube modelers, welcome back to my channel. Thanks again to all you current new subscribers and everyone who's watching. So without further delay, let's jump straight into the final video and reveal of the F-105 Thunder Chief group build I have with Kurt. Alright, so I hit a little bit of a snag with the decals. Decals, I had two sheets, but among 8 of the stars and bars decals, I was only able to successfully apply one, and even then it came apart in like 3 or 4 pieces. I don't know whether the decal sheet lost its integrity, or maybe the adhesive the decal was onto the water slide backing, the paper backing, it just wouldn't come off. But once I tried sliding it, it just started to crack and come apart. So I was able to salvage some of them, but I ended up ordering a furball, it's a cartograph, and it basically gives you options to build many different types of planes, like I don't know, 9 or 10 of them. One of them, which is this one, the Arkansas Traveler, which is the one that came box stock in this monogram Revell kit. So I think I might use the same one, because I don't know, I already put the pilot's name on it already. It already has his German victories. So I'm going to start lifting some of these old decals. So for example, that one, it's not as clear as the new one I put on, so I'm going to have to remove it now. So the way I remove the decal safely without removing the paint is I soak it again with Mark Fit, or I guess you can do it with water, but basically I just dab it on and let it soak, and then when it's almost done, I just use some Scotch invisible tape, and then I just put it on and it pulls right up. So I had like one of those yellow warning decals on the side here, so that's how I pull that one up. So I'm gonna go and pull some of them up. I might just leave the name because that's already on the canopy, and this one, it has it only has one of them. It has right here, Colonel Douglas. This one is double-sided, this one, and on the other side. So I don't know if I want to lift all of them, but some I'll probably lift, and then just put these, because these look like really nice fresh decals. So that's where I am now. Alright, so I was able to remove the old decals from the original Revell monogram kit. So I removed that yellow caution, the pilot's name because I have a fresh one. I removed the old stars and bar, and the Arkansas Traveler. You can see the circular spot where I pulled it off. So here are the decals in close detail. Here is the one that was included in the box. So I'm going to apply this one because this is a much cleaner decal sheet. I don't need these lines because they look pretty good already. Here are some samples of the plane names that you can put on, and this is the one that we're going to be using because it's pretty much the same that came with the Revell or monogram kit, the Arkansas Traveler, with the big Paul Bunyan-like character riding on a bomb. See, it's much clearer, you can read the words. But some of these other decals are pretty neat, like the shark teeth, the tiger looks cool. There's some scantily clad nose art, a little risque over here with the full nudity, but overall you can pick, you know, the ones that you would like. This looks like a bandito. So pretty interesting decal sheet. Okay, so I'm going to start applying them. So first of all, before I reveal the plane, I just want to thank Kurt over at KH Model Works for supplying the kit, but also for taking the time out to do this buddy build with me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is probably my first fighter bomber jet that I've ever built, because I've built jet fighters, but not a fighter bomber, especially not an F-105D Thunder Chief. So I enjoyed the build very, very much. So let's take a look at the kit. There it is, guys. Let me adjust the light. So, did in the Southeast Asian camo. The roses and thorns are the pros and cons of the kit. The parts fit very well. There's not that much seam lines. I just decided to put putty because I didn't feel like sanding too much of it, because some of it was a little uneven when you pieced it together, but parts fit well. Don't have too much to complain about. But as far as the cons of the kit, the decals fell apart on me, so I had to order this aftermarket from Furball. So as long as you follow the colors and markings or the guides, you'll do pretty well. They included options for 10 different names for a plane, but they basically supply enough really just for 2 F-105s. But it's a good thing to have extra decals, because 2 of the warnings and 1 of the yellow numberings, I had to use the extras I had because it just either folded on me or I just couldn't straighten it out. So it's a good thing to always have extras, but I really don't have enough for another F-105 because I used up 2 different warnings and a yellow one. I use 1 too many. So, but you have a lot extra. So let's take a look at the kit. The canopy I did not glue, so you can leave it open, or if you put it closed, it actually fits very snug. I followed the sheet to a T, except for these warthog teeth marks, because I just liked it with that look. I think you only use these for the twin seater, but I just like that. Reminds me of the A10 Warthog or the F4 Phantom. The recessed panel lines, I use enamel paint so that I can just clean it up with a little bit of mineral spirits. But these raised panel lines, I knew it would take me a couple of tries, so that I use water-based craft paint because I didn't feel like cleaning it up with mineral spirits, even though the paint job does have a nice hard shell on it from me laying down a coat of matte clear. But for the most part, everything worked out. The only thing is, if I had to do it again and I had to paint, I would probably use flat paint instead of satin, because right now, currently, I've been building more cars, so most of my paints are satin or gloss. But for the time that I was building a lot of military, my paint would be mostly flat. So I don't have money or enough room to carry the full spray cans in both gloss and satin and flat. So currently most of them were satin. So sprayed a coat of matte finish, but it wasn't enough to really dull it down that much. But that's why it's a little bit shiny. But other than that, not much to complain about. Let me show you guys underneath. I like the bomb all hung from that pylon. But pretty nice. The instruction could have been clearer on how to put this piece over here, the one that looks like a boomerang, right in front of the hook. That one I had to do a little bit of research to figure out where it went, because sometimes the instructions weren't really that great. But for the most part, pretty good. So hope you guys enjoy it. I'll come in close for some of the cockpit. It does have a 20mm 6-barrel Gatling style gun hidden in here. Let me throw in some light. You see the barrel? I guess those vents are to cool the machine gun in there. And that's pretty much it. Let me do a quick 360. Right into the jet nozzle. So I'll have stills at the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks, Kurt, for the kit and for doing the buddy build with me. Forgot to mention that the box, the bottom of the box, they also provide what looks like some kind of display for you to put it on top, because it resembles like an airfield, the tarmac, or whatever you want to call it. So I thought that was pretty cool. I remember kits of old when you could cut the box in it, they provided you with the backdrop for a diorama, or sometimes the old Revell kits with the adversary World War II planes. I built one of a 172 scale P-47 Thunderbolt and a FW-190, but those were the old days. So just wanted to mention that.